The Jamaica Star wrote an article about the windshield wipers in 3 miles in Kingston. Anyone who drives through Kingston, I'm sure, encounter these windshield wipers. They're everywhere. Uptown, 3 miles, they're everywhere. The Star now done an article on the some windshield wipers at 3 miles. They formed this new alliance called the Windshield Wipers Association. They create this association with branded blue shirts, and across the shirts they wrote, "Can I wipe your glass?" So that's the question written across the shirt. It is a good gesture. It is a very good gesture. And one can argue it does represent something more formal and respectful. And that's their goal, that's their initiative. They want to be seen as less intimidated, less scareful. They want to move away from the stigma and the stereotype of being aggressive and hostile and forceful. We know that the government is been cracking down on the windscreen wipers and this aggressiveness that drivers encounter when they navigate and move across the inner city areas. This is a good gesture. I want to argue it's a good gesture. It's a good look, and it's nice to see that these young men are becoming creative and they're thinking in a professional manner. We have to give them that. But the question I want to ask is, will they verbally ask you if they can wipe your windshield? Will they ask you? And if you say no, will they accept it in a respectful way? And also, will people feel obligated or pressured to say yes if they don't want to? That factor and the question still remains there. And I want to ask people who are listening, if you're driving through Kingston or 3 miles, say 3 miles where these young gentlemen are, and you see them approach you with this shirt asking, "Can I wipe your glass?" Will you feel pressured to say yes? Or would you feel now more inclined to say no because they're presenting themselves in a professional manner? I want to ask this question and I want to get people's feedback on this question. It's a long article, and I want to welcome people to either read the article on the Jamaica Star, or you can read our article on Jamaica Live. But again, the question I want to ask people: Will you feel more pressured now to say yes, the fact that they represent themselves in a professional manner, or will you more incline to say no, to say no, noting the fact they are also representing themselves in a professional manner?